Well, the song, my grandfather. I didn't really know him because he died when I was very young, and so quite a lot of the song may be my interpretation or my wishful thinking, but there's quite a lot of known fact in it as well. I know that he joined the army in 1910 as a bandsman. I guess because that was the only way he could make a living as a musician. So he joined the Duke of Wellington's West Riding Regiment as a cornet player, and I've got a lovely photograph of him in the boys' battalion football team, cup winners, Dublin and Mullingar Cup 1912, the enlisted boys' cup. But of course that was bad timing to join the army. He ended up serving through the First World War, was gassed slightly, although that didn't stop him playing his cornet, because I know he played in brass bands for the rest of his life, and he also played in dance bands. I'm told, my mother told me he played in dance bands in London during the 20s, I guess. And I've got a lovely photograph of him in his dicky bow, ready to go out to play for the dancing, which I like the idea of because that's what I do. There's a story in the family which I put into the song, and whether it's apocryphal or true, I don't know, but his sister, my great aunt Mary, was nursing in France as a VAD, and the story goes that he bumped into her behind the lines. I heard it said that he'd lost his rifle, but I can't imagine that would be true, because that was an indictable, it was a very serious offence. I think you could be shot for losing your rifle, I'm not sure. Anyway, he was very distressed. He'd had enough of the war. He'd been through the mill, and he said to Mary that all he wanted to do was get home and lead a normal life and find a girl and marry and settle down and have a family. So that gets into the song. And he did. He got through. He survived, and got home, got married. But unfortunately, it wasn't a very happy marriage. My mother grew up in a very divided household. Didn't have a very happy childhood, which wasn't helped when Hitler started to throw bombs around, and they were living in northwest Kent, so they were right on the flight path through to London, so they suffered from the Blitz. Anyway, I didn't know my granddad, but I started to write this song when we were clearing through my uncle's possessions. After my uncle died, we found photographs, and we found Grandad's cornet, and we found his medals. And I sat down to think about what he'd been through. As my mother grew older, the unhappiness of her childhood gradually emerged, and I started to wonder how much of it was due to Grandad's experiences through the war. And I pondered that I haven't had to endure that kind of thing, and I can have no idea of what going to war means. I've got no idea at all. So, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful not to have any idea. But there's still that kind of lingering feeling. What if? How would I have reacted, and so on. So there's part of that in the song as well. So the song starts from a photograph. So and the title of the song is "Here Is Jack." So we have a photograph, and here is Jack. So. Here is Jack, here is Jack. They swapped his cornet for a rifle and pack. Guns are firing, and there's no turning back. And Jack is thinking this is not what he planned. He joined the army just to play in the band, and now this living nightmare he can't understand. He sees a well-known face as the nurses arrive. His sister Mary says, thank God you're alive. They hold each other while the men stumble by. It's all too much for him, he just has to cry. Oh, get me out of here, Mary, I don't want to die. And here am I, fortunate one, no way to understand the harm that was done. Never had to put on khaki, never made to fire a gun. Fortunate one. And here is Jack. Here is Jack. It's 10 years later, and he came through the lot. A touch of gas on the lungs is all that he got. He's made a home and he has married his bride. How was it, Jackie? It was cushy, he lied. He never talks about it, it's locked up inside. He plays his music at the Palais de Dance. It gets him out of the house, and he needs every chance. But there are times when he can still hear the guns. He's back in Flanders facing up to the Huns. And then it's dawning on him, it's just them old drums. And here am I, fortunate one, no way to understand the harm that was done. Never had to put on khaki, never made to fire a gun. Fortunate one. And here is Jack. Here is Jack. My mother's father, who I barely knew. Here is his cornet, campaign medals too. And here am I, fortunate one, no way to understand the harm that was done. Never had to put on khaki, never made to fire a gun. Fortunate one. And